Hey, pals.
Hey, pals!
Welcome to Life with Leah, the Makeup Mama.
That's me.
This
Ding!
is Leah,
Wait.
the Makeup Mama.
There should be like a tooth, like, ding!
And I'm Brandon, and we just wanted to share with you something that happened to us last week. So, stay tuned.
You might have seen some of our other videos that we've done together, like where the hater tries a Starbucks crazy Frappuccino drink. You might have seen where, I don't know, he did my makeup this one time. It was actually
I did pretty good.
He
I am the
did.
makeup daddy.
Yeah, he did pretty good. Makeup daddy.
But we just wanted to share, this one's not really that same kind of video. We just wanted to share something that happened to us last week that really kind of shook us to the core, to say the least.
So I have a friend from high school who watches and is a subscriber, and he has said that watching our channel is like watching an emotional roller coaster with a little bit of makeup, and I think that was it. I think that was an emotional roller coaster with a little bit of makeup. And I thought that was hilarious. But in that kind of theme, this is all about our life, and we had something kind of crazy happen to us, and it's something that we still can't shake. I feel like when you go through things, good, bad, and in between, you have a choice on how you respond. You can either learn from that and take the lessons that life is giving you, or you can refuse to ever learn and grow or ever see that you have the chance to learn and grow from these life lessons.
Last week, we were celebrating our 5-year-old's birthday. It was a snow day that actually didn't have any snow. So we asked him what he wanted to do. He wanted to go to the mall. There's one of those big trampolines that has the big bungee cords where you can jump really high and that kind of stuff. He really wanted to go jump on the trampoline.
So we went to Barnes & Noble. We kind of did our whole routine of what we do when we go to the mall. And then on the way back, there has been some traffic, some tree trimming on the interstate that we always go. And I knew this. I really like to drive. I really, really like to drive. So I was actually driving, and I anticipated all of this happening. I'm going to let you take over as long as you promise not to ramble too much.
Okay, so we were driving. Up in front of us was a big logging truck, and it seemed like it was slowing down. Traffic seemed like it was slowing down, and so Leah here, being the excellent driver that she was, thought that she was going to get over. That she is. She still is an excellent driver. Went ahead and got over to the left lane just so she could get a better visual of all the traffic and that kind of stuff. And we passed this logging truck. It was a big 18-wheeler, big rig type truck. And right about the time that we passed it, we felt and heard this enormous, huge, loud noise. I'm not going to lie, it scared the living daylights out of me.
I don't think I knew exactly what was happening. We drive a stick shift, and so the good thing about driving a stick shift is I feel like you have to kind of be a little more present of mind when you're driving. So much so that when you do things like shift over and slow down or move over to the lane like I was doing, I moved over and I was slowing down, you would shift down your gear. Thank goodness for that, because I kind of think that that's what saved us. So I could feel this thing happening. I think I remembered screaming, "What just happened?" And then I just locked in, got really, really tight on the steering wheel, made sure that we didn't move, basically, and I just very gently glided us right off onto the shoulder.
I just have to say that my wife is a freaking rock star when it comes to driving. The thing is, most people, if they had gotten hit by an 18-wheeler, most people would have, jerked to the side and ended up running us into the median, and then possibly, because we have one of the hard static barriers right there on the median, we would have hit that and probably turned around and probably been hit by the 18-wheeler or by another car that was coming along that didn't know what was happening. We could have died. We could have very easily died. But Leah did an amazing job just to pull us right over. At this point, we were on the side. We were scared to death. We didn't really know what happened. I grabbed my phone, started to dial 911. Leah hopped out of the car and started running 500 yards up towards this truck. I don't know what she was going to do. I guess she thought he wasn't going to stop and thought she was going to run after him and catch him or something, but
my fight or flight response is apparently very strong. I both had flight and fight at the same time. The tractor trailer didn't look like it was going to stop. I have no way to know. I don't like to assume that people are just generally terrible humans, but in this situation, we really felt like he wasn't going to stop. There wasn't really anything wrong with his rig, and then we came to find out later there were actually like huge illegal issues wrong with his rig. So, I don't think he was going to stop. I think he was going to keep going. I jumped out of my car, and you betcha I raced down the interstate to try to stop him. About halfway through, logic kicked in, and I thought, what am I going to do? I'm a tiny little pink-haired person. Like, I'm going to intimidate him with love and rainbows? Like, no, I have no power here. Except to, like, oh, thanks. Except to, like, cry and just tell him, you almost killed my family. What are you thinking? So I came back to Brandon, and because at that point I'm thinking we're still on the interstate in a really high traffic area where it's kind of dangerous, and we're on the side of the road where we're just sitting ducks. So I get over to the car, and I get my babies out of the car, and I get in between the metal barriers, and I just sit there, and I'm rocking them and crying, and quite honestly thanking God and the universe and spirit. I was so grateful and thankful, and that's what our biggest boy, Big C, will tell you. Mama started crying and saying thank you because we were alive.
The fire department shows up just to make sure everybody's okay. We're feeling like everything, like we're physically okay for the most part. We're a little shaken up and tense and all that kind of stuff. But we feel like everything's okay, so they ask us to try to move our car. So I walk around to look at the thing, and I see this huge gaping hole in the side where this truck hit us. And it's right on the door on the other side of where I was sitting. This precious little boy who was celebrating his 5-year-old birthday.
He's been through so much, and we're just grateful even that he's made it to 5 years old with his story and his life. Just the fact that he's alive with everything that he's been through with his congenital heart defect. So it's a huge birthday. Every birthday is a huge birthday, but especially this one. And then for this to happen, and that realization that our sweet angel was sitting right beside where this truck hit us.
We were this close. Like if this truck had hit us, an inch forward or an inch backwards or something like that, I don't know what could have happened. It could have been terrible.
It was really scary. I think everything can be really scary. You know what I mean? Like, life is scary. It's scary to get back in the car and to get back out on the road. This was really hard, and this was like, I don't think that I realize when people go through wrecks like this and have a crash like this, I think you think, oh, I'm so glad you're okay. And then that's where the thought ends, and you think, oh, well, they'll probably get a new car, everything's fine. But I didn't realize how not fine you are. How just shaken by it you are. It took me like 3 whole days of straight up feeling like a zombie. If you saw me in those 3 days, I'm very sorry, I apologize. I was a zombie. I was not okay. I've not been okay. But I think that you can either look at situations like this and allow them to teach you, and allow yourself to grow from it, and allow yourself to sit in the moment and say, yes, that was really scary. It's hard to talk about stuff that it's hard to talk about. And the reason that we want to talk about it, though, is because maybe you're going through something, and maybe you're telling yourself, I shouldn't feel that way about it. It wasn't that big of a deal. I'm fine. Thank goodness you're fine. Thank goodness we're fine. But, dadgummit, if there isn't life lessons to be learned, waking up with gratitude for the breath that's in your lungs will radically change your life. Waking up and recognizing that you're either acting out of love or you're acting out of fear, and acknowledging that will radically change your life. So this video might be very rambly, but it's part of our life. It's part of what happened last week, and it was really scary, and it's really hard, and it's made us reevaluate things. It's made us look at life differently again, or at least further us on our path.
And being that family that loves each other infectiously and lifts each other up, and
doesn't give up on each other.
Doesn't give up on each other. That's
recklessly doesn't give up on each other.
Yeah.
We
sat down to make a video because we were thinking we're going to talk about all of the stuff that we learned, and then we sat down and started talking and realized that we still haven't processed this whole thing. So what you got here is what you've got, and hopefully there's some nugget of something that...
I think the nugget of something that we found is we really love each other and we really love our family. We're kind of a weird little Phoenix family that refuses to give up on each other and on life and on any of it. And thank goodness for that.
Yeah.
There's nobody else I would rather want to do that with than you.
Me too. I mean you, not me.
Oh.
You, yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, watch other things. I have no energy left. You be the happy one, I'll be the grumpy one. It's happy and grumpy shop.
If you don't know what we're talking about, it's because you didn't watch our last video, which you should. So we'll put a link to it right here. If you're on Facebook and you want to see the other video, you want to see all of our videos, make sure you go down to some link somewhere on the page and try to find our YouTube, because we've got some cool stuff. We're mildly interesting people. She is excellent at makeup.
And we love you, and our big
Yeah,
story
there you
is that
go.
you're enough and you're awesome and we love you.
So go watch that stuff, subscribe, do all kinds of stuff.
All the things. Because
We're here and we think you're great. We hope you think we're half as great as we think you are.